What's up, guys? I'm here today to bring you 5 cards I would like to see in Scars of Battle that would go to specific archetypes. So kind of like pump up the power of current decks in speed that either don't have enough love or could just use a little bit of a boost. So here we go. Starting at number 5, I have Harpy Oracle. Now, Harpies right now don't have any other Harpy Lady card than 1, 2, and 3. And all of them are treated as Harpy Lady everywhere, so you can only run a max copy of one of each if you were to play all 3, or 3 of all of one, or 2 of one and 1 of the other. We need another Harpy Lady that's not Harpy Lady all the time, but counts as Harpy Lady where it matters, which is the field and or graveyard. So Harpy Oracle, I feel like, is a good addition. This came out of Sisters of the Rose, the legendary pack, the Duelist pack that we got earlier in the year. While she's on the field, her name is treated as Harpy Lady in the field or in the graveyard, and you can only use each of the following effects of Harpy Oracle once per turn. The first is if you control a level 5 or higher Harpy monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So with Harpy Lady Sisters and Harpy Dragon, Pet Dragon that we currently have, you can summon this for free, so that's pretty cool. It's just a free extra summon. And then its other effect is if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 spell or trap from your graveyard to your hand that specifically lists the card Harpy Lady Sisters in its text during that end phase of the turn. What's cool about that is you could get something like Elegant Egotist back. You could get the Triangle Illusion Spark, I believe it's called. It adds more synergy to what the deck already has going for it in speed, but it's not overly broken because we don't have all the new Harpy cards that currently exist in regular Yu-Gi-Oh! So I think this would be a fair addition to the game. I don't think it's too overpowered. I think it's fine. It's got Harpy Lady stats. It's level 4 wind, so with Harpy Lady 1 and this, she's 16 also, and 16 is still pretty good right now. But it'd just be a really good all-around addition to Harpies. Harpies need a Harpy monster that's treated as Harpy Lady on the field mostly, and in graveyard also, if possible, because we don't have enough of that right now. And Harpy Lady Sisters is not a good substitute. So number 4, I have a Legendary Ocean. Now this is a card I've been bragging about. I've been wanting this card to come in the game for a while. It would pump the crap out of speed decks for water. It's a field spell. This card's name is always treated as Yumi, so it kind of works similar to the Harpy Ladies 1, 2, and 3, where if you were to play a max copy of Yumi in your deck of 3, this would count towards that total. So if you play like 2 Yumi in this, you're still playing 3 Yumi. You could arguably also just play 3 of this, since it's just better Yumi, but then you wouldn't be able to play any Yumis otherwise. But this is just literally better Yumi. So all water monsters on the field gain 200 attack and defense. That's already just solid. In addition, it reduces the level of all water monsters in both players' hands and on the field by 1. Now this is where this card gets real critical. With something like Terror King Salmon, if Terror King Salmon got added, and I throw this on here as an audible mention, if it got added to the game, it's a level 5 water monster, 2400 attack. If you add this to speed, it becomes a normal summonable 2600 beat stick with a Legendary Ocean on the field. And while I don't think water super needs that, something like that could definitely boost the consistency of water a whole ton. But for more relevant things towards this game currently, if you have this field spell up, Levy a Dragon in your hand becomes 1 tribute instead of 2, and that makes the deck infinitely easier to turbo that card outside of the Slushy engine or a Big Wave Small Wave, because now being 1 tribute, Fishborg Planter can bring itself back almost every turn if you mill a water, so that's just your free tribute fodder to summon this guy, and then pop a Legendary Ocean, which is treated as Yumi, to blow up the entire field. I think this card by itself gives that deck a huge amount of support, while not being overly insane, but it gives water the support that it needs. It gives Levy Dragon the number 1 card it needs to basically function as a deck. Number 3, I have King of the Swamp. This is a water level 3 aqua effect, 500 attack, 1100 defense effect monster. This card says this card can be used as a substitute for any one fusion material whose name is specifically listed on a fusion monster card, but the other fusion materials must be correct. You can also discard this card to the graveyard to add a polymerization from your deck to your hand. So somebody asked me on my other top 5 video that I'd like to see in Scars if Fusion Sage would be too broken in speed. I don't think it would, but why not up the ante and play a fusion sage that's also an effect monster that can be used as one of the fusion materials? Something in a Red Eyes deck and a Joey deck, I should say. This could be really good because A, you can search your polymerization, and B, this can be used as a fusion material, so you don't have to play as many copies of Red Eyes or Meteor Dragon of all cards. I know nobody wants to play that card, but if you want to bring out Meteor B, you kind of have to play it. Well, this, in addition to polymerization skill, allows you to bypass that a number of times. But you could even get away with playing this in something like a Red Eyes deck and then not have to play the polymerization skill and still be able to fuse more directly with your options. So I don't think this is too far out of the realm of a possibility. Will it get broken over time? Sure, if we get more fusion stuff, but by that point I think the game will be fast enough where this card won't be ridiculous. And I think Joey could benefit from this card heavily right now. So having a card that switches its material as well as searches a poly from the deck to the hand is just an all-around really generally good card, in my opinion, for a Red Eyes deck. At number 2, we have Fusion Sword Mersame Blade. This is an equipped spell, equip only to a warrior monster. It gains 800 attack. While equipped with a monster, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects. What's great about this is that it pumps up warrior support. We kind of got a sense of Guilford and Blade Knight and other random warrior things in the last set that they were kind of gearing eventually toward like a warrior turbo deck, and this card is definitely no stranger to something like that. 800 attack is a huge boost, but having the extra effect of not being able to be destroyed by card effects while it's equipped is really good in a game that currently runs Twister, Dust Tornado, Wild Tornado, soon to have Night Beam, although Night Beam can't hit this because it'll be face up, but still, like, having this have more options to play around than the regular cards makes this a very good equip card in something like a Warrior Turbo deck. If you put this on a Blade Knight, and Blade Knight's already at 2,000, then he's already 2,800. And while Blue Eyes could run over that, Blue Eyes isn't seeing much play right now. 2,800 to get you over almost every other deck, no problem, outside of dealing with this Amazoness Swordswoman, of course. Speaking of Swordswoman, you can equip this to a Swordswoman. I don't know really why you'd need to, because you're trying to do as much damage as possible, but you can double as having a Swordswoman be 2,300, if not having also the Amazon Field Spell making it 25 with this and that. So, to me, this is just a really good card to have. I don't think it's overpowered. I do think it's a little hard to get off the field, but if you get the monster off the field that's equipped with this, it's another way to get this off the field as well. It just gives warriors something to fight for, and that's the whole point of warriors, is it not? And finally, at number 1, I have Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight. Now, before anyone goes insane, I don't think this is overly powerful for Red Eyes because Red Eyes currently doesn't have enough support in this game to really make it relevant outside of like a viral infection Red Eyes deck. Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight is a level 4 Dark Monster Warrior, effect 1800 attack, 1600 defense. Once per turn, if either player equips an equip card to this card, you can destroy those equip cards, similar to Gearfried. Then, you can destroy one spell or trap card your opponent controls. That's an extra cool bonus. Now you have stuff like Kunai or the Fusion Sword Mersame Blade, where you could play those in this deck simultaneously, equip it to it. Obviously, it destroys it if you want it to. It doesn't have to, which is cute, but also you could destroy it and then pop a spell or trap. It's another way to get rid of spell and trap cards, gives Red Eyes a little bit of a fighting edge, and you'd probably also play this on a Warrior Beatdown deck as well for just that effect. Its other effect is, once per turn, you can send one equipped card you control that is equipped to this card to the graveyard, then target one level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your grave and special summon it. So 2 things I like about this. 1, again, gives Red Eyes another card, gives another way to summon Red Eyes from the graveyard, gives Red Eyes just general support. In addition, you could probably mix a Warrior Turbo with Red Eyes in something like this with this card and the Fusion Sword and the stuff we already have, and built a really cool deck that really hasn't been like a thing before in Warrior Turbo Red Eyes. I think that would be really cool. I'm not sure if this ever came up in Duel Links. I never played Duel Links, but I think this would be really cool for the game over here, and it would give Red Eyes something to fight for. In addition, I think this card needs a reprint in general. It's only from a Legendary Duelist pack, so it's really expensive because it's an Ultra from that. So it could definitely use a regular reprint. Even if you made it foil, it could still just be a really good reprint to have, kind of kill the price of that ridiculously overpriced copy from the other pack. But yeah, so guys, let me know what you think. Those are my 5. Obviously, I would love to see tons of cards in Scars of Battle, and I only needed to come up with 5 for this list, so tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. If any of these are too overpowered, I think a Legendary Ocean would be big, I think King of the Swamp would be big, and I think Gearfried would be big. I think the Fusion Sword could come in clutch in a lot of situations, and Harpies just need another Harpy that's not too overpowered. I think Chandler's too insane right now. But let me know what you think. I think Oracle also works really well with Sisters. It just gives you more like synergy on that, and since it's already in here and also is an ultra rare, it gives you a reason to continue to play Harpy Lady Sisters. But as always, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about these top 5 videos. I'll continue to do this if you guys like them. I'm back on a normal schedule. I will have more videos going up this weekend to make up for the last week and a half of like scattered videos because of me moving. But I am all moved into the new apartment now, so expect future awesome Yugi Bros content here every week, Monday through Thursday, sometimes Saturday, and for the rest of this week, of course, as well. And I really need to come up with a better outro for my videos. Bye.